don't need music. I'm gonna do acapella. All right, so what I'm gonna perform is a little piece that I wrote. It's called Monsters. So it goes. This evening call me Sully, cause you have just entered Monsters Inc. I'll be your tour guide through which you'll explore why our monsters, they never go extinct. Just think, in this university called life where both good and evil is a mere instance, monsters do exist and they manifest in the form of the opposition, in the condition and disposition of bad habits and addictions. A John Hancock on the decline, nothing but a liquid fire, and Johnson & Johnson lines occupied the prefrontal cortex of my mind. Operating like a black veil before my eye, chasing the high was Bobby Brown and I was Whitney, the sickly bride. These monsters, they stepped out of the closet and from under the bed as skeletons draped in sheets. Cloaked in the sheer misery of deceit, they are poltergeist memories. Haunting, dauntingly playing like Nightmare on Elm Street in the theater of my head. The recollection of physical and sexual abuse autonomously animated The Walking Dead, creating an individual glass of broken glass in a mass class of amassed people. People like me who couldn't see through the creative and deceitful mastery of a manufactured evil. Mere schmeagles, they are slaves to their fear. Which, my dear, if you'll just hear, is the master Lord of the Rings. The pangs these dwellings bring are the infliction of a neglected teen, bruised, begrudged, and battered by the very monsters that gave you entity and dared you to dream. But what does the dream mean when the planter that planted the seed is the very thing that captures the dream, uproots it, and drains it of life, therefore denying you any claim to its existence? If you'll just listen and not resist when I tell you that monsters are real, you'll have ears to hear and eyes to penetrate the monster seal, for he who isn't with me is against me, and to any entity with an agenda, the monster is clearly characteristic of villainy. So, if you say who's the monster in the Civil War, I could say the South. But then again, I could say Abe Lincoln for freedom was never what he was about. You could say the Muslims for devastating New York scene, and I'll say the USA for Iraq intrusion for gasoline. You could say it's Beelzebub, the blade on Satan's sword, and I will say St. Michael, God's right hand and Prince of War. You could say the stripper for exposing ass and breast, and I would say a system that demotes them to subjects. You could say the colonizer, media, and socialism. I'll say blind masses, socialization, and capitalism. You could say it's all the lies, dishonesty, and hate, and I could say it's all the love, the truth, and love's debate. You could say it's all the drugs, disease, and all the sickness, and I could say it's Mother Nature and profit-driven chemists. You could say it's rap and rock music driving the wheel, and I would say it's parents misperceiving how kids feel. Now that you have a definition of a monster, here's the lesson. All war is based on deception, and to understand the enemy objective, one simply must change his or her perspective, because the sole conception of a monster rises out of who we are as beings, who we are and what we stand for, because it stems from our beliefs. And if I believe in something that opposes what you believe, and you attack me off the wrong assumption that yours is the correct belief and vice versa, then look into yourself and place the cursor and ask, who clearly is the monster?